Welcome back to Undercover. We're here again with the incredibly likable Michael Buble.
Thank you.
You're back.
I'm back
with another album, your fourth record.
Yeah.
Which is almost sounds like more of a pop record than ever. I mean, were you going out of your way to become a pop star?
No, I think what's weird is I think that I was going out of my way. This is going to sound really funny, but to make the least commercial record that I've made. I think every artist that you talk to probably always says that it's the best record they ever made, their next record, But
well, they have to, don't they?
They have to, yeah. I can't wait till one record I just say, this is absolute shit, and don't buy it because it's a ripoff. But I think that, the first record I got signed, and I didn't really make a lot of big decisions. I was told what to do. I was marketed in a certain way. It was a soft record. It was, I look at the songs. It was How Do You Mend a Broken Heart and Put Your Head on My Shoulders and You'll Never Find. It was, you know what I mean? I knew it was going to be sold to an older generation of people, blah, blah, blah. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm like the Benjamin Button of music, because as each record has come and I've enjoyed more power, I have become more myself, and each record becomes definitely a bigger statement about who I really am and my youth, my age, the music that I like and I've been touched by. And on this record, production-wise, I wanted it to be more raw, very simple, more raw. I want it to be more present. I want it to be emotionally honest. And so I thought, okay, kid, you sold 22 million records. You did what you had to do. You were very marketable. You were commercial. Now you owe it to yourself to make a record for you that you can listen to, that you really dig, that you feel has presence. And I did that.
And I think it was quite obvious between the first and second record that you really did sort of come into your own with the second record. I mean, when you go back and listen to that really early stuff, are you still just as proud of it as you are?
I'm so proud that it did what it did. I mean, without it, I'd never be in this position, and I know it. And, I'll never put it down. And by the way, people still buy a whole bunch of them, and I would never poo-poo it, because I think it would be putting down the fans, but I just think that I needed to show growth, as an artist, and I couldn't articulate, I don't think, what it is I needed, but I asked a lot of people that are musicologists and friends, and I kept saying, why is it that the Motown records and the Presley records and the Sinatra records and the Beatles records turned me on so much? What is it that I'm hearing or feeling that I wasn't always feeling on modern records? Not just my records, but modern records. And I think that the people that loved me were open enough to tell me that it was a matter of how they were produced. It was a matter of things being maybe slick, or things being put through an MP3 player and compressed and auto-tuned, and you know what I mean, the machinery, as opposed to me, like what I did on this record, where I walked in to the Dap Kings studio in Brooklyn and recorded to 8-track, or when I walked in to the recording of my first song we recorded was Stardust, and I literally put me and the 7 singers a cappella around 3 microphones hanging, put my rhythm section 5 feet away. Nobody wore cans. We did the song 4 times, and we took the best take. And it's full of mistakes. It's full of mistakes. I mean, pitch is not perfect, and it feels better than anything I've done before.
Yeah, right.
So, you lose out on perfection, but you gain presence. And I think I've learned, especially now, that I can never go back. I can never go back. The next records will be even more organic.
I think working with Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings was an interesting one, because both you and them come from sort of an old-style American music, but they're 2 totally different styles.
Yeah.
And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that was the first time you've had a totally different band backing you on record? Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, what was it like? Was that a totally different experience, working with them?
No, what's weird? It's not the first time I've done that, because on the last record, I wrote a song called Everything, and Bob Rock produced it, and Bob had Josh Freese on the drums, and it was a totally different band than my band, and I really enjoyed it because it brought something completely new to the table. And a lot of the time, Foster would bring session guys, and they're the best in the world. But they're cold and calculating. They're my friends. They're beautiful guys. But when I say cold and calculating, I mean as musicians, they've done this for 30 years, and they walk into that studio and they are like, they just know exactly what they're doing. And
which goes back to what you were saying about talking to the musicologists and all of that.
Yeah, there's something cool about, for me, going in with my guys that I play with on the road, who are really excited and young and sweet and naive, and I like tempos to speed up. I like that. I mean, to me, that's the flaws are what make it beautiful. Truthfully, I mean, really, that's what gives it the essence of what it is that I do live, and that's something that, I'm just being honest, I missed it in the previous 3 records. I mean, my previous 3 records are beautiful and they're perfect, but for me, maybe too perfect.
Imperfect in their perfection.
Yeah. I like hearing the flaws. I like hearing the pops. I like hearing the changes in tempo. I like hearing even a little bit of pitchiness. I like hearing the air in the room. There's something cool about that. Like when I listen to Sinatra, he's like a rock god. I know that sounds weird for people, but
Not
it's
really.
so raw. It's like his drummer is bashing the shit out of those drums, and you can hear that horn section, and they're ranking. I mean, they're playing so hard, and you can tell, you can hear. He was standing here, and the guitar player was here, and it's not like it is now where things are put. The guitar is done completely separately in this room, and the door is closed on the drums, and everything is totally separated and sterile. You know what I mean? That's what I didn't want. I wanted all the doors to be open. I wanted to have the mics hung from the ceiling, and I didn't know how to do it. So I called Umberto Gatica, who engineered it, and I said to him, "Can you do this for me? Can we do this the old school way so I can feel something?" And when I talked to David Foster, I said, "David, if we're going to do this, I would like it if you gave me the opportunity to do it this way." And Bob Rock, same thing, and that's what we did.
So why isn't music done that way anymore?
It's too hard.
Really?
Absolutely. It's way easier to it's way easier to control everything and to put it on to Pro Tools, and you can fix everything, man. Because you can separate it. You can separate it all. You can fix the time. You can fix the pitch. You can fix intonation. You can fix everything. It can be perfect. Bloody perfect. And then you can run it through your MP3 player and fix all the levels and everything. When you go look at the levels, it's perfect. It all sits on the same bar. I mean, the way I did it this time, for a lot of it, it was a bitch. It was hard. It took a lot longer. It was a way slower process. There were things we couldn't fix. I mean, you just can't fix it. You couldn't fix the levels. The drum is high in some things because it's leaking into the vocal track, so you can't fix the vocal track. You can't fix the pitch. There's a lack of control.